Alright, we are here at the trail entrance at Lake Proctor Wilderness Area. So, this is, I think just east of Geneva, out on State Road 46. And it's got about 6 miles of trails. It helps replenish the aquifer with the land that they've got, about 460-ish acres, I think. So we are going to do a little bit of hiking in here. Pretty nice, shady. We like the shade. We'll see how much wildlife is here too. Got a whole bunch of dragonflies flitting around. They go fast. They're hard to capture. Always waiting on Miss Ellie. Oh, nice. Got some big old pines. Nice open area. So this is part of a land restoration project. The flats that you saw, those are basically, I think they brought in like a bush hog to try and get the brush down, because sometimes it grows so thick and gets so hardy that it's unsafe to do fires. So they bring in machinery and cut it down. It's not that pretty for a while, but it allows them to go ahead and do the controlled burns. And that helps the wildlife in the area, and it also helps the natural habitat. Pretty easy walking trail so far. I think this one, from the looks of it so far, this would be great for bikes. What's up, Elle? A tracking dog. What's your tracking dog? She's on something. What is it, Ellie? What you smelling? Alright, we just saw some butterflies. Oh, there's one right there. Probably can't catch them on camera. They look like black swallowtails. But there were several of them just all hanging out. Maybe if we could be still enough. See him. having a dog is not necessarily conducive to catching butterflies on camera. Look at that saw palmetto. They're just lining the whole trail here. That's Florida. So we went down the orange trail for a little while, but we ran into a barricade and the trail is closed down that way. So we're going to backtrack and go down one of the other ones. Look at all these pine cones. Tons of them. I guess when one of the major trees that you've got in the forest is pine, you are going to have a lot of pine cones. Big. Nice big ones. So now we're back on the red trail, and looks like there has been a successful burn in here. You can see the base of the trunks on the trees, and a lot of charred wood hanging out. So now it can all grow back. I guess the brush grows up so densely sometimes that they can't even do a controlled burn because it would get out of control, and that is not what they're looking for. So then they bring in mechanical machines and they bring it down to a point where they can do a controlled burn. So I guess that this is what they mean when they say the trail is closed. Yeah, it's a little flooded. But there's a good view of the lake here. Can't really get down to it, which is okay. We avoid the edges of the lakes because I don't want anybody to eat this little guy. And gators will do that. And it's probably a little bit too cool for gators today anyway. Maybe when it warms up a little bit, they'll crawl out and sun themselves on the edges of the lake. But under 70 degrees, I think, they pretty much stay undercover. Oh, we just scared some ducks. Look at this nice little marshy area here. See if there's any other creatures in there. I don't see any. Just a couple little ducks were in there. And I think we just make too darn much noise. But yeah, we have had a lot of rain in the last week. And so here's another trail that is closed. And we're just going to do what we can. Maybe kind of a short walk. So here's a really interesting, I think it's a sawgrass or scrubgrass. And it's got a little purple flower. Right there, a little purple bloom. I'll have to look up and see what that is. I'll post it down below. We're going to try for a little bit more stealth here because I saw something over here. A little cutie. That's as far as I can zoom in. Here's a couple of cuties. Pretty little ducks. Where are you going, guys? Here they go. Ooh, my dog would love to chase you. Getting a butterfly. Teeny tiny little frog. Yeah, there were a whole bunch of those tiny little frogs, kind of all over the place. I know I got one. I'm not sure I got too many of the others. But since it's so wet, I'm sure that they've been hatching all over the place. Even at home, I had a frog lay eggs in one of the buckets that I had out for rainwater. So that's cool. They'll eat mosquitoes. Now along the red trail, there are a couple trails that go off in different directions, and those trails are not marked, so I don't know if they're cutting through to another path or maybe making another loop. Not really sure, but right now we're sticking to the path that's marked. Look at these adorable little baby pines. Yep. Just young spread. There's a ton of them. They grow fast. They will grow fast. Some really nice young oaks in here too. I haven't seen any scrub jays. I wonder if this is a good habitat for the scrub jays. They are pretty little birds, native to Florida, and they only survive in this kind of a habitat. Once it gets too overgrown, they leave and look for somewhere else to live. We are back at the car, and that was a really fun, kind of short hike through the Lake Proctor wilderness area. We did see a little bit of the lake. We got ducks. We got to see a ton of tiny little frogs, which were really fun. Not sure how the footage is going to come out on those, but it was really fun seeing them. We had to actually be careful not to step on them because there were so many. But even though a lot of the trails were closed, it was still really fun. It was a nice walk. Man, it would be great if you just have a couple hours to do on a weekday or weekend. Easy trails, well marked, and lots of wildlife. So we're going to give it a thumbs up. So thanks for joining us on our adventure today. And until next time, we hope you have a great adventure of your own. Thanks. Doc. We're here.